We are live. Yep, we're live. Hello! I'm jumping from screen to screen here, Mary, and realize we are live. Woo! Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mary and I were just having some fun here, chatting about, well, the courage to set boundaries for the holidays. When I don't know about you guys, but we do stuff at our house for Christmas Eve, and like have this big dinner and all this stuff, and it can be quite interesting because I don't have like this huge house or anything, but we all pack in and it seems to work out. But I have with us co-host Maverick Mary, and welcome and thanks for creating this show. I have so much fun with you.
Thank you. I have fun with you, Spunky Susan. Great introduction. So friends out there, welcome, welcome. Please come on and let us know that you're there. Give us a wave, say hello, hit the link. We'd love to hear your family adventures. It'll make it way more fun. So setting boundaries with loved ones. It's important for my sanity, your sanity, and probably our future relationships with our family members. We're only with our family a few times per year. So we want to have lasting memories. Not the bad ones, but maybe just the good ones. So scrolling across our screen is a couple of suggestions. So we're going to go with number one first, which is come to the gathering with questions beyond how's work.
As soon as I can find it. Where'd you go? Oh, here we go. I found it. All right. Let's do this.
So here's one conversation that comes up often. Well, I'd love to host at my house again, but it'll have to be potluck, and I'll need help cleaning up afterwards. I hope you'll understand that I don't have the energy I used to. So that might be a good way to get out of, having it at your house. Or you could say, I'm flattered that you asked me to help, but unfortunately I have too much going on, and I'll have to turn it over to someone else this year.
I have to laugh, Mary. Why can't we just say, I'm just not doing it? I'm
Wouldn't it be easier?
Tired. Last year, I remember how much work I had to do, and I was too tired to do it.
Yeah, I know that me and my friend Kelly were exhausted after Friends Thanksgiving, but we'll do it again next year. But we were exhausted.
Yeah,
definitely. It's a lot of work.
So, but what I love about what you're saying is you're giving people a way out. And me, though, I'm like, okay, let's be authentic to ourselves, and the courage to actually say, I'm not going to do it this year. I don't know. So what do you think about that? Do you think just being straight up, or maybe what you're saying is straight up, like, I just got other shit going on and bam.
Well, people will say I've never been known to be reticent, meaning I do pretty much say things straight up. So this year when we were having Friends Thanksgiving, I have a 724 square foot townhouse. So it's a lot smaller than my former 4,000 square foot house. So by virtue of the numbers of people, did you want to not have to go up the stairs to go to the bathroom? Because I don't even have one on the same floor.
Yeah.
I think people agreed,
Yeah. So maybe there's just this responsible way of being authentic and true to yourself, but in a way that's not aggressive or in a mean way that would hurt their feelings.
Right. I think some people just get used to coming to the same place all the time, and they don't think about all the work that goes into it because they're just bringing something.
Yeah.
And they're there.
I
They
know.
don't realize it.
Yeah. Well, it made me think of my mother-in-law. She's like in her 70s, and she actually works a full-time job. And every Thanksgiving, that's the holiday that she does. She debones a turkey, and she also makes this fabulous. I don't personally eat it; I'll taste it, just because I try it. But she makes this fabulous cornbread dressing, and she's from Louisiana, so they do things a little different than us West people. But the work that goes into deboning the turkey is like it takes her all night. And then she's still working into the morning with this Thanksgiving dinner. And like there's really a lot of energy. And I know also a lot of love. But every year she actually says, I'm not going to do this anymore. Every year. And she ends up doing it anyway. I think it's because she just loves having her, I know it's because she loves having her family. So maybe this would be a great show for her to be okay with saying, you know what, I'll guide you on how to debone the turkey and make this cornbread dressing this year. And but I'm just going to sit and watch and enjoy the company.
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy to do things.
Yeah.
And so
we do have somebody here with us tonight.
Well, who can we say hello to?
I don't know. Let's see. Who's with us tonight? Please put in the comment. You're welcome to put it in the comments, your name and where you're chiming in from. We get guests from all over the world. So just let us know you're there, because this platform that we're using it for your protection, it actually doesn't let us know that, who's with us, the name of you or what you look like or anything. So
springboarding off, it's not your name, it's not what you look like, it's not your gender identity. Yeah. I want to speak to people and if you're going to a family event and you're feeling like you need to worry about the whole gender identity issue with, Uncle Paul or whatever. So
Tammy.
Here's
Tammy Gibbs has joined us. She says, hi, ladies.
Hi, who is it?
Tammy Gibbs.
Oh, Tammy Gibbs.
And
welcome,
she's joining
Tammy.
us from old Tennessee.
Fantastic.
So, Mary, I'm going to let you kind of take over for a minute. My daughter's screaming for me out of the bathroom.
No problem.
I'll be right back. You just
absolutely
keep these guys busy.
So, getting back to that, like you run into different people when you're at the holidays, and sometimes people are just rude and you don't know what to say back to them to like kind of stand up for yourself. So you run into your family member that doesn't appreciate your gender identity, and it's really none of their business, but you got to find a way to say it nice. So I came up with this. Dad, we've talked about this before. It's not a lifestyle choice. It's who I am. I hope that one day you'll accept that. But let's not go there right now. Let's move on to another topic so our disagreement doesn't ruin everyone's holiday and we can just enjoy everyone's company. Another way to address that. We're talking about ways we can address family members that have a problem with our gender identity. So
Oh.
I read through one, and I'm going to go through the second.
Yeah, there you go. Is this from that PDF?
No,
Oh, something
believe it or
different.
not,
Okay.
this is from a little research with psychology. So,
Okay.
so I know it's a free country, and I appreciate that you're entitled to your opinion, but that language makes me very uncomfortable. And I don't want to fight about it and ruin our good time. So let's change the subject. Give them a little bit of think time. And if you sense they're going to say something rude again, just change the subject.
Mm-hmm.
And if they keep pressing, you can say, please don't say that to me. It makes me uncomfortable, even if you mean it in a nice way. And, just have to keep being firm.
Yeah.
Susan?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. My daughter's.
So here's another issue. People that, okay, Tammy, thanks so much. I see your comment. Nicely put. Love is love. Doesn't matter how or where it comes to you. It's love. Thank you so much. I absolutely agree. And then we have the relatives that are a little too friendly. A little too friendly.
Like friendly, like touching and kissing kind of friendly?
Yeah.
Or
Even here's the thing. Even with relatives, there's a boundary of, the quick hug, if you're kiss on the cheek and then there's the relatives that are just linger with the hug or linger with the kiss, or they invade your personal space, or their eyes linger to an uncomfortable spot on your bod.
yuck. Yeah.
Right?
I'm opposed to that one.
Huh?
Opposed to yuck.
So please don't touch me like that. I don't mean to be rude, but it's inappropriate and I'm not okay with it. Just be super firm on that one. And what about when you're a parent and, you got young kids now and Uncle Henry or Aunt Martha's making jokes that are completely inappropriate with children present.
Oh, yeah. Or using cuss words. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. People don't need to do that either. What would you say to someone that doesn't know how to speak appropriately in front of your kids? Any audience members got a thought for that one? I'm sure you've had it come up. Don't be shy. Yeah. Type it in or come on live.
That's right.
Give everyone something.
I'm playing with the buttons here. Nothing yet coming up. I know as a young girl, getting a little vulnerable here, but yeah, as a young girl, I can remember gatherings, not necessarily a holiday gathering, but where that just in general would happen, friends of my mom's or her husband or boyfriend, they would come over and do pretty inappropriate things, and when you're I know when I was a small child, I can remember feeling that it was inappropriate, but not sure how to deal with it.
So, but now as adults, we need to be able to let other people that aren't very good at adulting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tammy. Yay. I'm outspoken enough to just tell them to stay out of my bubble or call them on it. top.
Go
Thank
girl.
you, Tammy. You go, girl. Love your
That's
comments.
great.
Keep them coming. Yeah, the people just have really strong opinions. And as long as we can keep those boundaries ourselves, that's what's most important. I'll tell you a funny one that happened around the holidays. This is a true story. It's just when we had answering machines. And I get back from work and my kids would always listen to the messages. This is before I had a cell phone or whatever. And the kids said, I said, what are the messages? And they said, oh, well, grandma called their mom. They're like, Mom, grandma swears? And I'm like, yeah, she used to swear a lot when I was little. They're like, well, she shouldn't be swearing on the answering machine. So this has happened to be a holiday boundary, right? Because she was calling annoyed that she couldn't get a hold of me about the holidays. And she finally left a message on my answering machines with a couple of swear words for me because she couldn't reach me. But of course, my children heard it first.
Yeah.
So that was embarrassing for me.
I bet.
Because I didn't have the opportunity to censor my answering machine. So, friends, please censor your mouth during holiday gatherings.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. I got Bella needs my assistance, so I'm going to step away real quickly. Keep going there, Mary. You're doing a great job.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Okay, so what do we have next? Shut down the negative chats. So what do I mean by that? Let's say you haven't been very employable lately. You've been rather unemployed. And so someone comes into the conversation and say, oh, well, how's not working? Wow, that's just not even nice. But because we've all been there, not having a job. We know how hard it is to find a job. To say, geez, how is it out there? You know, scouring the news. Why don't you just say, how great is it scouring the newspapers every day and going to interviews a few times a week and sending out a million resumes? Geez, why don't you just stab me in the heart before we even start this conversation? So that's
right.
Yeah. Do not allow anybody to rain on your parade.
Yeah.
You know, you can even simply say, geez, I can see you're in a real positive kind of mood today. So, you know what? I told Uncle Ned I'd be over in 2 seconds. 2 seconds, gotta go. Just go to the other direction.
Yeah.
Honestly, who wants to listen to that?
Well, and just in general, Mary, we could, outside of holidays and everything, people are vampires. They'll suck our energy, especially when we're focused on living positive and, just expansion. It's all about expansion and our vibration. And we do, unfortunately, have people that are just not there. And that's completely okay. However, we don't have to spend a whole lot of time with those people. And I did a long time, a few months back, I did something about that. Like, it's okay to get around them, and if you're in that conversation with somebody, it's okay to, when they start bringing in the complaining or when they start bringing in that negative chatter, Oh, I've got to run. I've got to get out of here. I'm almost late for my appointment. Just do whatever you got to do to nicely walk away. And have actually said to people, I'm just not interested in what that other person's doing. And I really don't care. I'm not interested in the complaints. But I think I finally just kind of got to that point because it was every time I'd bump into them or every time I saw them, it was just about everybody else and all their stuff. And, me, I want to go into coaching mode and say, look, you got to stop. But I know they're not going to listen. So it doesn't, so get away from the vampire suckers.
Yeah, when you notice that the conversation's veering down a negative path, you just start to lead with your own pragmatic positivity and make a pact with yourself that you won't be roped into feeling bad about you, about yourself, just to fit in.
Yeah.
I mean,
because
we're not in middle school anymore. We don't have to make fun of ourselves to fit in. I work with middle schools all the time, and that's what the kids at that age, they make fun of their own selves to make everyone laugh around them. But when you're an adult, that's not what we do.
Right. Yeah. Well, and it lacks integrity. It's inauthentic, and nobody wants to be, especially the holidays.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be in a cesspool of negativity. So definitely be who you want to be.
So if you're one of those that show up and you're one of those people that are complainers, drop that shit at the door, because this is not about you. This is about the people around you. The people that whether you love them or not, you're there. Obviously, there's something there that has you going there. Just leave that stuff at the door. It's not about you. And just make it about them. And how can I serve my family tonight, my friends tonight, and come from a space of love? And I just, you have a choice in the matter if you're going to show up as a complainer and negative Nancy, I believe is what you called it earlier, Mary.
I did.
You have that choice. We're born, I don't want to say we're born with choice, but we have a choice in how we're going to show up.
I agree. And that's been a recurring theme in all three shows, that we have a choice to show up.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the
Tammy.
Eeyore syndrome. They want the pity party. Thanks, Tammy. We love that.
That's awesome. That's right.
It's so true. But at the same time, if you're a parent, you don't want your relatives bossing you around, infringing on the way you parent your little one, or your older sibling is bossing you around in the chicken. Did I say chicken? I said chicken, didn't I, instead of kitchen?
Shut up. Let's go. Come on. No, I'm teasing. Let's go outside.
Take it outside.
You just want to push my buttons a little more? Come on. Let's go. No. Fortunately, I haven't had, since I've been raising my boys, and Buck and I have not had anything like that. But there has been times I can say that, certain people will show up and there's just that vibe, like they don't want to be there, but they're there, or I don't know. And I definitely have had moments where somebody's saying stuff like, oh, you should do this, or you should have done it like this, or you're spending too much money on your kids, or you shouldn't spend so much on Christmas gifts. And I just bite my tongue, and of course that's who I was before. And I think, this is a great show tonight, Mary, because, this is about being authentic and true to yourself. And like, this is your home and you're hosting, and it's okay to set boundaries, and it's okay to speak up for yourself and for your family, and role model to your children that it's okay to speak up for yourself. It's adult bullying that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't feel like adulting today, there's socks for that.
That's right.
I just saw some at the Christmas store the other
Did
day.
you?
It said, "Sorry, I'm not adulting today."
I've seen some nightgowns that say that.
Maybe
So
we can offer a link to the website to get those socks if you need them. Let us know.
I think I'll buy me a pair of that. Or a t-shirt. Hashtag I'm not adulting today, or whatever. We need to do something. That would be fun.
Hashtag I'm not adulting today. It's so true. And it's no different. Every family, what makes you unique is that your family is what you make it. There's families that immunize their kids. There's families that don't believe in it. There's families that go to church. There's families that don't. There's families that send their kids to private school. Some send them to public school. I mean, I think we can find a lot of polar opposites like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. So I'm posting the link, Mary. I just posted in the comments on the page. Anyone can join us in this conversation if you have some questions, or you'd love to share some of those moments that maybe you've experienced, or you want to practice maybe a little bit having that kind of conversation. And I want to add to Mary that courage, like, we have it all the time. It's an energy. It's who we are being, and we're always doing something courageous. Just getting up out of bed for some people is courageous. Those who are dealing with depression or anxiety, it's courage to, like, be okay with, I can say what I want to say. So I'd love to see if anybody'd like to come on here and share anything. And it looks like we have Karen with us tonight as well. She hasn't said anything in the comments, but I believe it's Karen. If you're here with us, let us know in the comments that you are here. I'm going to just let Mary continue with this good stuff that she's got going on here.
So friends, I hope that you've received some really good advice tonight about just some ideas of what you're going to say. And here's the thing, what people are going to say before you even go there. My mom, things that she used to say. She'd say, no matter how much I worked on my hair to make it look nice, she'd say, "Oh, would you comb it with egg beaters?" Every time. Did I comb my hair with egg beaters? Really?
Wow.
And so many times I wanted to say something back, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But now I would say something back. I definitely would. Because one, I think my hair looks pretty good. I don't know.
You're pretty sexy, mama girl. You are sexy.
There are times when I've been known to actually go to work and be in a rush, multitasking, forget to actually brush the back of my hair. And yes, it did look like I brushed it with egg beaters.
So you're a hot mess, a hot, sexy mess.
Hello, Karen. Karen, I hope that you're willing to come on tonight, because I would like to hear, since you're a child and parent expert, I would like to hear your thoughts on when the mom or dad or child is being reprimanded by other family members. Ooh, what is the quickest way to diffuse that battle?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. Karen, we'd love to have you come on. If you look in the comments, Karen, there is a link. And you just click on that link. It'll bring you into our lobby, and we can add you to this conversation. If you're comfortable, but you are the expert, the miracle worker in education and parenting, so we would love to find out what you have to say about that. I'll give her a second here. Well, while we're waiting to see if she's going to join us, do you want me to talk about the PDF real quick that you found? Or do you have something else you want to add?
I always have more things I can have. Go ahead and talk about the PDF. But right before we say that, remember, don't morph into a different version of yourself when you go away to the holidays. Because you know what? How many times you get home after and you kick yourself, I should have stood up for myself.
Yeah. Yep.
But don't worry. We have a guide for you in case you forget everything we said. Susan?
Okay. Tammy said the link doesn't work.
Oh, shoot.
Let's see. Tammy, I think you might have to. Oh, wait. No, I clicked on it. Let me see what it does. Oh, yeah. It worked on my end. So I clicked on the link, and a Be Live page pops up with your picture, and it says connect camera. And that's all you got to do is click that camera. If you're like clicking on the link and it's not doing anything, what I would recommend is highlight it, copy and paste it, and stick it in your URL there, and then go. Try that, Tammy. So it looks like Tammy's wanting to come on.
Great. Can't wait.
Yeah. Nothing from Karen just yet. So while we're waiting to see if we can't. Oh, there's Karen. Should I talk about the PDF after Karen?
Yes.
Or do you want me to talk about it now?
Nope.
Okay, let's bring Karen on.
Drum roll, please.
Yay, Karen! Welcome, young lady. And what I would recommend is highlight it, copy and paste it, and stick it in your URL there. And then, you guys hear that feed? Oh, that's weird. Something's going on here. Okay, it looks like it stopped. All right, welcome, Karen. Hi. Thanks for coming on. So can you hear us? I can't hear Karen though.
You know what? Let me stop my camera and I can come back in and see if that has an effect.
Okay. We'll get this figured out. This is a really great platform. We just it shows that on my end that there's a speaker and stuff. I wonder why it's not letting Tammy get in. Hey, Tammy, I think what I'll try to do is, there's Mary. Because I think I can have up to 4 guests in here.
Or I'm ready to go. Karen, did you see a 1, 2, 3 you're live on the show?
Okay.
But we can't hear her. No audio.
Maybe it's her end.
Okay. Are you Karen, are you using a different audio input to talk to us than you normally do?
No.
Because I saw you take out your earbuds. Do your earbud have a built-in mic?
Oh yeah,
Is that how you normally talk on oh no, okay. All right.
Okay.
So
Tammy said she's on her phone, so that might be the issue for her. You're supposed to be able to come on from your from your phone or laptop. I'll private message you the link, Tammy. I'm not sure what we can do.
So for the audio portion, if it's not coming on, it's probably the output of audio, maybe.
Yeah. I will have to maybe
but
test
not
this.
necessarily.
Yeah, because it's such a good question. I'm
Thanks
sure
for being
a lot
patient,
of
Karen.
parents. Yeah, thank you. And there's nothing for me to do over
Karen,
here.
is there can you see a yellow button in the corner of your screen? It looks like a piece of paper. It's got a yellow circle. Yes? Okay, great. So in there, it's called the team chat. And Tammy, you can do this too. And what'll happen is because we can't hear you live, I'd love to be able to share with the audience what your thoughts are on the question. And I'll repeat it one more time. You go to a holiday gathering and people are criticizing your parenting or what your child's doing. What is your reaction? Susan,
You're going to a holiday at your parents and they reprimand. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't spell this right. Oh, well.
They're criticizing your parenting and reprimanding your child.
Criticize your parenting and what would you do? Well, and I think in most cases, people probably get pissed off and leave. You know, or they sit and soak, and they're sitting there soaking in all that fire, because they want to say something, but you know they just don't, and then they're left with that, and then they don't talk to their parents for days probably, and or they end up having an argument probably afterwards. All right, here it comes. Okay. Yeah, so my spelling may not be correct. I just typed it how it sounded. And you're a teacher, so don't go there with me. Mary.
I know better.
You're laughing at me. You silly goose. Okay. Oh, I wish we could have Karen talking. So Karen, how would you coach someone, or if you're doing one of your live events or whatever, and someone asks you in the audience this question, what would be your response? Would you type that up in the team chat and I'll just read it out loud, or Mary will, if you don't mind. And thank you. Hello, can you hear me? The original question had to do with others reprimanding my child. In that case, I'd whisk in between them and my child and say, oh, we have to go over here for now and take my child away from them. So remove the child from the situation that's happening. While the parent is reprimanding them. Would you have like any kind of conversation later with that parent, or with your parents about that? Like, or would you just stew on it? Karen says, yes, I might say, we can discuss this later. Okay. And yeah, I'm just gonna. Okay, and then Tammy, let me post what she's saying here. Speaking from personal experience, I just tell them to let me handle my kid and they can handle their own, especially if their child is acting far worse than mine. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I think that's completely appropriate, especially
take them out.
Because you're feeling pretty a lot of anger at the moment. And that's just kind of letting them know, hey, I'm going to handle mine. You can handle yours. But maybe you break them apart a little bit.
Yeah, like what Karen's saying.
Yep.
Yeah, take your kids out of the room or remove them from that and then maybe go to them privately and say what Tammy's saying.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, good idea. Mm-hmm.
Because people are going to get heated about that.
Oh, yeah. And then nobody's having any fun at the holiday Christmas party. It become a win-win.
if you're not and if you're adulting and you're sometimes you don't have the opportunity to leave your kids with someone else, but usually at a holiday party you could leave someone and just quietly go over and talk to that person and ask them if we can talk about it later.
Mm-hmm.
I know where you're going to talk about it when you get home.
And then Karen says, yes, I might say, we discuss this later. I don't feel anger since I learned about how to do this. Yeah, I mean, here's what I would say to what Karen just said. So we've, a lot of people have had a lot of practice about, dealing with their emotions about things. I know I have. And the reason why is because I know what triggers me. So when something triggers me, I know there's something over here going on with me, and it could be just because I know this is something that's been continuously happening and I haven't said something, or it's a memory that got triggered from when I was a child, so I would also recommend maybe paying attention to what is going on over here with you around what's happening while dealing with the situation at hand. Karen says, I mean, how to not feel anger. Yeah, practice, it's always, like I said earlier, it's a choice. You get to choose how you're going to show up. And then Tammy says, if they saw my kid hit someone or break something, then yes, I would expect another adult to bring it to my attention. But if they are just playing and being hyper, then no. Yeah. Yep. Because it's real. Like I know people, I've seen people mistreat their children, verbally, like, I don't know, maybe getting angry or something. I think this is one that I probably have struggled with. By the way, Mary says, Tammy, I agree. There are limits for every situation.
Because did we read what Tammy said?
No, hers are showing up in the comments and yours is showing up in the team chat.
Okay, I can see hers. Tammy says, okay, if they saw my kid hit someone or break something, then I'd be that they should bring it to my attention. But
yeah,
if they're just being hyper, then no.
Right. Yeah. So, but
there are times too where, I mean, hyper just, if it's a party where it's difficult for everyone to have their own space, then being hyper kind of gets on everybody's nerves a little bit. But I feel like if people have a playroom for the kids to run around, then, they can be hyper and run around, and that's fine.
Yeah, let kids be kids.
Right.
But what if so are we talking about like if they're at their house, their home, or at someone else's home?
Either or. No, I think that depending on their age, they do need a place where they can blow some steam. So if you have a small place, hopefully the kids can get bundled up and go outside. Hope you tell people that ahead of time, like you're going to have some activities for the kids.
Yeah.
Hey, Bella.
Or, have an older child, a responsible one that you feel comfortable with, if there are any around, or hire a babysitter if you can, to actually be doing those kinds of activities with the children.
We would just always have it plan how many children are coming to if you're hosting, and plan those activities for the kids. We had a long walk and some hot cocoa after we ate, so that while the adults were doing the dishes, we're off, sledding and doing all that and having hot cocoa after. Depending on what kind of snow we had, because we have snow. We might have different spray bottles with different colors in it to make different animals in the snow.
Oh, that's a good idea. I love that.
Or we'd have like a little contest for them to make their snow animal.
Yeah.
So it just depends on how long they were at the house. If they were there during the day, towards the nighttime, then there'd be usual time to make one, and they'd have like teams or families make one.
Yeah.
Hi, Bella. How are you? You're famous now. You're famous.
It was so funny. Earlier, she was in the living room doing something, and I was just listening to her because she's, talking to her new unicorn that she got. And
I saw it.
Coming here to tell me about something, and she's like, and it triggered me to dance. And I was thinking, you kids really listen to what we're talking about. I don't care if they're in the same room or in the back room. They hear us. Mm-hmm. And because I use that word triggered, she hears that, So I thought that was just too cute.
It is funny.
I was triggered to dance. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true. Although I will. It's getting late.
Yeah, we really went past our time.
We should probably wrap up soon.
Okay, but, so I will talk about real quickly this really, really cool PDF that Mary found for everybody. It's free. You can get it if you want by private messaging me, but what it is, it's a download, a PDF download. It says Boundaries for the Holidays, 3 ways to enjoy the holidays and keep your family from driving you crazy. So you're welcome to grab a copy of that. Just like I said, private message me, and I will get you the link. So, all right. I had a blast tonight. This was awesome. Thank you, Mary and Karen, for being here. And Tammy, we will figure this out so that we can bring you on next time. We're just working through the techie stuff. I'll get it figured out. Is there anything you guys want to end the night with?
Since we have Bella, and I'm sure she knows Jingle Bells, I think you should finish up the night singing a little round of Jingle Bells. What do you think, Bella?
You want to sing Jingle Bells to end this show? Yeah? You ready? All right, here we go. We'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Wow, that was so good. Bella, I got to ask you, honey, do you want to come on the show next week? You want to come on the show next week with another Christmas at the end? You can wrap. Okay. So do you know Rudolph or Frosty the Snowman? Do you know that one too? You do? Okay. So you guys can practice either one. You let me know. Maybe Rudolph. I was thinking
Okay.
Rudolph as we got closer to Christmas, but maybe.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
We'll light everybody's night up.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you very much.
Good. Have a good evening.
Namaste.